guys, okay, so today's video is a very highly requested video, and it is going to be talking all about one of my favorite things in the entire world, the booty. So now before I start this little video, it's gonna be a sit down video, so I'm gonna put y'all down there and I'm gonna sit right there. See that? I'm gonna sit right there and I'm gonna talk to you guys. Now before I start this video, I do want to say I don't consider myself to have like the biggest butt in the world. I don't think anyone would ever look at me and be like, damn, that girl's got that Kim Kardashian booty. But I do know that I am very proud of myself for how far I have come. I started with like nothing, guys, like pancake flat ASS. I definitely have much more now than I started off with, so I have made a ton of improvements, especially in these last like 6 months. Like I've had probably the most improvements I've ever had in my entire life in such a short period of time. So I really feel like I know a lot of stuff about growing the glutes. I've done so much research, you guys. Like it's literally my entire life. Like I have spent so much time doing research and just, you know, watching videos and reading articles and all sorts of stuff. And if I'm able to help y'all in any way, shape, or form, if you guys are, you know, on that booty gain train or anything like that, I am so excited and so happy that I am able to use what I have learned to help you guys. So without further ado, I'm going to stop talking now because this video is already going to be me talking and I don't want it to be too long. I am just going to sit down and tell you guys, share with you guys 5 of my top tips for growing the booty. So my quick 5 tips on growing the glutes. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet and not blab too much, but let's just get right into it, guys. So number 1, and in my opinion, one of the most important things ever is to eat. This was something that has been the biggest difference in my fitness journey, in growing my glutes, growing my legs, just putting on muscle in general, because I've always lifted heavy and I've always, you know, worked really hard in the gym, and everyone's always come up to me and been like, oh my god, like you are really killing it. But I just wasn't making like any progress, and that is because I was not eating enough. And in particularly, I was not eating enough carbs. I was just raised where, you know, society kind of just tells you that if you eat carbs, you're gonna gain a ton of fat and you're not gonna be healthy, and carbs are just horrible for you, they're the devil, blah, blah, blah. And that could not be further from the truth, you guys. Ever since I started eating carbs, that is when I started noticing the biggest difference. And not only that, I just have so much more energy, I'm so much happier, I have, you know, my hormones are so much more balanced, everything is just so much better since I started eating carbs. Now that doesn't mean to just go out and eat like cookies and cake and that kind of stuff. That just means the carbs that I really eat. I still eat very clean, guys, even though I am eating like a ton. And in my opinion, that is kind of the hardest part of this, is that you have to eat so much food. And I am a small girl. I am only like 5'1" on a good day if my hair has a ton of volume. So eating like 2,000 calories and up it can be a challenge for me, especially because I do eat very clean. I do that just because I think that's the best way to do it. That is what, you know, fuels my body best. That is just healthy for my overall being. And also, I do have a lot of stomach problems, probably because of my old horrible eating habits from before. So I do have to be very sensitive with what I eat in order to try to keep my stomach happy and healthy. If somebody would have ever told me how much pasta I would be eating, I probably eat pasta 3 to 4 times, actually 3 to 5 times a week, guys. It just depends. And I mean, if someone would have told me that 2 years ago, I would have like laughed in their face, because before these last 6 months, I had not eaten, and I'm not exaggerating, you guys, I had not eaten pasta, rice, oatmeal, anything with carbs really for at like 5 years. I'm not joking. I wouldn't even take a bite of anything with it. I was scared to death to eat carbs. And ever since I started eating a ton of carbs, that's when I've noticed the actual results, guys. So you gotta eat a lot of carbs. You know, you can eat them whenever you want. I know a lot of people say, you know, you're supposed to eat them before and after you work out and everything. I eat them throughout the day, guys. I gotta eat a lot of carbs. I gotta eat a lot of food. Most of my meals revolve around carbs, which I'm not gonna complain about because carbs are life. Numero dos is to focus on heavy compound lifting and to be progressive overloading. So all that means is that you are focusing on your heavy compound lifts, like your squats, your deadlifts, your hip thrusts, all the things that are going to really put as much tension on your muscles as possible and really get your muscles to grow. And then all progressive overloading means is that over time you are adding more weight or more reps, anything that just shows that you are getting stronger. Because if you're not progressive overloading, and if you notice that a month or two has gone by and you are still doing the exact same weight at the exact same rep range, that just means that you are not putting on any muscle and you're not getting stronger. So you have to make sure that you are focusing on your squats, deadlifts, hip thrusts, all the heavy compound lifts, but that you are also progressive overloading in order to be building that muscle and to be getting stronger. You know, on Instagram, you know, and just in general, you see a lot of these girls and you see a lot of people doing these like crazy workouts where they're, you know, squatting on this Bosu ball and then jumping on this box and doing all sorts of lunges and all these crazy things. And, you know, you think, oh, I'm going to try that. They have a great body. That's what I want to do. I want to look like them, and if that's what they're doing. But I can guarantee you guys that's not how they build their body. They're just trying to do different things to show, you know, kind of make an interesting video. And I can understand that. Sometimes, you know, when you do the same movements, you're like, what kind of video am I going to post? I don't want people to get bored of this. But you guys, the fact of the matter is, if you want to grow your glutes, if you want to put on muscle, you have to be doing the basic squats, deadlifts, and hip thrusts, and then progressive overloading. That is the only way, and that is the most important way. And then after you focus, you know, most of your workouts on those heavy compound lifts, then end your workouts with, you know, some isolation movements like your cable kickbacks. If you want to do that, I do it, guys. I know it's super basic, but I do cable kickbacks. Your rope pull-throughs, aka the most awkward movement ever, but it is very effective. It is very glute isolated. Another one that I love is hyperextensions and reverse hyperextensions. I like to superset that at the end of my workout as a big little booty burner. It's great. If you want to do, oh yeah, the abductor machine, I like to do that backwards because, you know, I really like to make it uncomfortable for everyone in the gym. The abductor machine, all those like isolation movements, those are great, but make sure that you are still starting with your heavy compound movements and then doing those isolation ones at the end. Okay, number 3 is to focus on establishing mind-muscle connection. Now, this is another really, really important thing because this is something that takes a really long time, and this is something that I honestly did not have really well until recently, and something that helped me get these is resistance bands. Now, I know everyone, you know, says, oh my god, all Instagram girls, all girls do is just those little booty bands, and you know what? Don't knock it until you try it, guys. Like, I am actually a big believer in those bands, not as a workout in itself, but as a really good tool to help you establish that mind-muscle connection. So when I was, you know, first starting out, the first couple years, because I've been lifting, guys, for like 3 years now, maybe even more, but I would say I was not even doing it right until about, wow, 6 months to a year, maybe like about a year now, probably even a little bit less of me actually doing it right, actually having, you know, an idea of what I want, a goal in mind, you know, having that mind-muscle connection, and that is what really takes it to the next level. Because for the longest time, I was always, you know, I was doing my hip thrusts, I was doing my squats, I was doing my deadlifts, and I was doing them heavy. But I didn't really have that mind-muscle connection. And I was doing them and, you know, I was tired and stuff, but I never really understood why everyone, like, hated leg day and why guys don't like to do it and why everyone says, oh my god, leg day, because I just never felt like that. I was like, yeah, definitely tired. I would definitely get sore sometimes, but for the most part, like, I could have trained legs every day and I would have been fine. Ever since I got this mind-muscle connection, guys, I'm, like, dead. I leave the gym, let me tell you, like, literally dead. So now I understand why everyone's like, oh my god, leg day, but I still love it. I love leaving the gym like you just completely killed it and like you can barely move. That's my favorite feeling in the world, but I'm a little weird. So how I became able to get this mind-muscle connection is really using these resistance bands, and I would practice every single day, you guys. I would do, you know, the little kickbacks with the resistance bands. I would do glute bridges with the resistance bands and just really focus on squeezing my glutes and thinking about your glutes. That's something, I know it sounds a little weird, but if you just like look in your mind and you just like picture your glute and you picture the muscle that you want to be working, over time, if you practice that a lot, you will get that mind-muscle connection, and that is extremely, extremely important, because if you don't have it, other muscles are going to be taking over, especially when you're doing lower body. You know, it's very easy for your quads to take over, for your hamstring, for anything else, other parts of your body to take over instead of actually the muscle that you want to use, especially if you're tired and you know it's a hard workout. So establishing that mind-muscle connection really, really helps, you know, emphasize the tension in the glutes and really make sure that the muscle that you want to be working is working. Now, I'm a firm believer in making fitness a lifestyle, and that's the only way I truly, truly believe that it's going to stick with you and you're going to enjoy it and you are going to, you know, see the progress as if it's your lifestyle. However, that doesn't mean that sometimes you have to sacrifice things for it. You guys, if you have a goal in your mind, if you're just going to the gym, you're like, I just want to go to the gym, I just want to feel good, I just want to get a nice sweat on, then great, fine. Sometimes I go through periods where I'm like, you know what, I just want to have fun today, whatever. That's amazing. You're still getting your exercise in and it's your lifestyle. But if you have a goal in mind, you need to work really, really hard for that. And you need to prioritize that goal. So that may mean, you know, skipping, you know, some nights out in order to get your food in, or, you know, staying in order to be able to wake up in the morning and train. Or even, you know, it comes down to it. I know a lot of people have gym buddies that they want to go to the gym with and work out with their friends, but I often see this. Now, this doesn't mean in any way, shape, or form that you can't have a gym buddy or that this is you. Just from my personal experience, I kind of like to work out on my own, because I find, and from what I've seen, is whenever I work out with somebody, you just end up doing more talking than working out. Your, you know, rest periods become longer, you're talking, you're not really as focused because you're just kind of, you're hanging out, you're having fun. It's like social hour. Which, you know, I understand that for some people they like having a workout buddy, and some people it helps motivate them and whatever. So if this is not your case, fine. But just in my personal opinion, I really like to go at it alone, so I'm able to just kill it. I have no distractions. I'm fully thinking about myself, what I'm doing, the muscle group that I want to target, and I just am able to go in, get it done, and completely kill it. And number 5, and my last little tip for this video, and one of the most important tips in my opinion for just anything in life, but especially for, you know, the gym and fitness, and if you want to grow your glutes or want to have any, you know, long-term goal, is to just be consistent. A lot of times, you know, I talk to girls and they're like, well, I've been going to the gym, you know, this whole, you know, 5 times a week this month, and I'm really focused, but I'm just not seeing the results. And I want to be like, that's amazing, you know, that's awesome, but it's only been a month. Like, I've been doing this for 3 years, and, you know, it's a lot of trial and error, and a lot of, you know, testing things out, and a lot of, you know, ups and downs. Like, I always see these, like, memes and stuff where it's like, you know, your progress isn't, you know, like that. It's like this and like that. You know, you gotta be consistent and you gotta stay with it, which just goes back to it being your lifestyle and being, you know, priority and working hard. But you just have to be consistent. You have to know that these things take time. Like, putting on muscle and, you know, transforming your body is a really big process, and it's something that's going to take a lot of time and a lot of effort. But I can guarantee that if you put in the work, like, I can literally, like, tell you that, and I can look you in the eye and say that I have never worked harder for anything in my entire life than I have for growing my glutes. And I know some people might be like, that's pathetic, that's ridiculous, that is so stereotypical, that is, like, not a big deal, like, I can't, like, why would you put so much time and energy in that? But you know what, for me, it was something I wanted, and so I worked hard for it, and I was consistent. And, you know, for the last, man, looking back, I mean, honestly, the last 3 years, I have worked out 6 days a week, probably for all those 3 years. When I'm on vacation, I still go, not because I'm torturing myself, but because I love it, and I love having a goal, and I love being able to reach that goal. It's fun for me, but I've been consistent with it, you guys. And I think also another big thing is that why I really like to do this, I like to take the selfies and the gym selfies and stuff, because I think something that helps you stay consistent is those times where you're like, I'm just not making that much progress, and you're feeling down about yourself. Because I definitely have those, you know, thoughts a lot of times, but then I look back at my old pictures and I'm like, oh my god, like, you have come so far, and that just makes me motivated, and that helps me stay consistent. So that consistency really is key, you guys. I know it's cheesy, but, like, Rome wasn't built in the day, and neither will that booty. So you gotta stay consistent, work hard, prioritize it, eat your food, focus on your heavy compound lifts, your isolation exercises, get that mind-muscle connection, and I can guarantee you in a year from now, in a few months from now, whatever the time being, you're gonna look back and you're gonna notice huge results, huge changes if you just stay consistent. Okay guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys found these little tips and tricks helpful. Again, I am like not a professional. Don't have the biggest butt in the world, but I am very, very proud of my progress. I don't even want to get emotional, but like it's just like, I was even looking at pictures last night and I was just so like proud of myself. And I think that's such a cool feeling, is to be able to look back and be proud of yourself for something, no matter how small, or if no one else thinks it's a big deal or not. If it means something to you, it's important. And I think it's really, really cool that I did it for myself, by myself. I don't want to keep this video long. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment down below if you found these tips helpful. If you have any other tips or tricks that you want to let me know, I'm always open to learning new things and anything that can help get the gains, guys, and grow the booty. I'm 100% for. So thank you guys again so much for watching this video. Oh yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all that stuff. I will have it down below as well. And I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!